Hello Aquarius! Aquarius Rising and Aquarius Moon people, this is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting December 18th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you out there, remember I do have a sale going on at my website, integrativemysticism.com, and it's $65 gift cards are on sale for $50 until the end of the year. That's the 1st of January 2018. If you want to take advantage of that, you just need to go to my website again or follow the links below. So what is going on with your cards this week? I mean, cards. Let's get to the astrology first. Alright, what's going on with your astrology this week? Well, on Wednesday, we've got Venus, planet of love, harmony, attraction, in your 11th house of friendships and social networking, forming a gorgeous trine to Uranus, currently retrograde, in your 3rd house of communications, pacts, and promises. And there could be an interesting turn of events where a friend decides to break a rule in your favor when it comes to love, whether they're going out of their way to get involved and help you with something in your love life, introduce you to somebody, or possibly decide that they, maybe they weren't very helpful before when it comes to maybe meeting new people, being a good wingman, being a good winggal. This is going to change things up a little bit. In fact, we actually have a friend acting as a very helpful wingman or wingwoman this week, and you may be surprised at what they're actually able to find or support you in. So pay attention to that and keep an open mind. Even if it's here's the thing, with the Uranus retrograde, you've got to break a personal rule. This might not be somebody that you trust, that you might be like, look, I don't like her taste in people, or I don't think she's good at picking out people, or he's never bothered before, so what the hell is he going to know? Let those thoughts go, because with Uranus there's always actually that element of random opportunity and random goodness, even in the most unlikely of spaces. On Thursday, we've got the Sun conjunct Saturn in your 12th house, your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And we already talked about this in the monthly horoscope, so I don't want to go on and on and on. But with the Sun conjunct Saturn in your 12th house, usually we see a highlight of a blind spot, something we didn't pay attention to. But this is actually something going into your past. You may be getting some insight into something that happened in the past when it comes to history, family history, or something going back to your childhood that kind of changes the way that you look at your life story. And this can be a very intriguing kind of element, because when we have the Sun conjunct Saturn, it's sort of like you find out a story as you thought it was never that story at all. Something is, maybe we found out that there's a big family secret deep dark, or maybe this is a good secret and we find out there's some kind of reward or upward in it and it comes and saves the day. Whatever this story is not ready to completely unfold, but we are getting a heads up and we are getting sort of a synopsis this week. And this may turn into a story about, again, how the karma of Saturn transiting your 12th house will actually affect you, your past, and your family, and further back. So what's going on with your spiritual advice? For your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Raven. And the prompt reads, "Darkness looms on the horizon." Now, this card, again, it's a heads up. And when we have the darkness looming on the horizon, it's basically saying you see the darkness ahead of time. It's all on you whether or not you want to go in there, if you want to go into that shady looking place. And with the Raven, it's basically saying this week you may be observing people going into, I guess you could say, shadier, sketchier situations than they probably should. And when we say darkness looms on the horizon, you need to be able to obey your gut. You need to be able to actually step back, away. Don't follow that friend or that partner into the shady space. If you cannot stop them from going and, having that kind of life experience, even though it's something one can do without with this card, then you need to make sure that you don't just jump in to the fray, okay? The Raven card can say, pay attention to where if you see something is going down a dark road or down a bad road, it may not necessarily come back the same. And, this week you might be in charge of stopping other people from being foolhardy, but also do not be foolhardy enough to follow them in. Alright, this is maybe one of those things that we don't have to go prove our loyalty with, because sometimes our loyalty is being the one who abstains and says, look, I'm going to stay here where the sun is. Y'all got to do that? Okay, but that's not me. For your Earth sector, when it comes to work and finances, we do have the Three of Pentacles reversed. And this could be talking about that too. Because the Three of Pentacles reversed can indicate a challenge when it comes to teamwork, or the team or the crew that we are starting to work with, we've just started working with, or that, that we're working with currently. The Three of Pentacles reversed can indicate some shuffling maybe some musical chairs at the office, or possibly even somebody deciding to take their leave or quitting. This could work out ultimately very well for you. Financially, the Three of Pentacles reverse, though, does indicate that if there is money coming your way, it's because you're kind of benefiting from another person's, again, departure or lack of involvement. And that might increase your workload and make things more difficult anyway. However, if you're okay with rolling up your sleeves and having that kind of work, you've got a good week ahead of yourself. But don't be surprised if a colleague or two actually do end up taking their leave this week, or we have some infighting in our team, which means everyone is taking some space and everyone has to do some extra work. It could be a great way to get some extra coin. But how we all feel about each other at the beginning of next week, we'll see. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, again, we've got the Five of Wands upright. People are arguing, people are bickering, people are disputing with one another. And you may be feeling a little bit alienated. Not alienated by them, but alienated by the environment this week. You might be like, look, I don't want to deal with this crap. You know, everyone's kind of in it for themselves, all for one and one for one, and everyone's competing. What happened to the unity? What happened to, you know, this close-knit group of friends? Is it now just all about you and your personal journey and all that narcissistic crap? Because the Five of Wands is basically saying it's almost like everyone's been kind of put under a bit of a spell. And the Five of Wands is saying this week, don't let yourself get sucked in. If you've got friends that are fighting with one another, you've got coworkers that are fighting with one another this week, again, darkness looms on the horizon. You don't need to jump into that pool. In fact, with the Five of Wands, it may be wise to kind of be like, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go set up a place. I'm going to be the one who says, look, here's my space. You can come in if you come in peace. If you can't come in peace, or don't come in peace, or won't come in peace, then you're going to have to leave that outside. Leave that crap on the lawn. Somebody's got to set an example this week, because it does feel like, again, there's some infighting going on, and it's only kindling at this point in time. It's not, with the Five of Wands, it's not turned into full-blown war, it's not a roaring fire, it's not a blazing inferno. But this week it's going to be very important to pay attention to where you are not supposed to go in and take sides, get involved, or anything like that, okay? Not right now, Aquarius. Your challenge this week with fire is the Ten of Pentacles upright. You have no challenges this week. All of this stuff, if you haven't noticed, is talking about other people and the choice to go, you know, jump in and fall into the same crazy anxiety, you know, infighting spell, or to be happy. And your challenge with the Ten of Pentacles is, again, setting up the fortress, setting up the sanctuary, something that holds on for the test of time. The Ten of Pentacles, excuse me, can indicate that, again, you don't really have any challenges going on in your life this week at all. In fact, financially things will be going very well, your health is going to be going very well. But I think that what the Ten of Pentacles is saying is your challenge is, okay, can you keep your sanctuary, okay? And that can be hard to do, because we want to be helpful, we want to be empathetic, we want to help out our friend, but if he's going to bring that chaos in and, you know, and stir up negativity in the space, or she's going to go and, you know, pull us into the chaos between her and our other friend, then obviously nobody's holding up, you know, I guess you could say, the vibrational standard we need to. And you need to set a vibrational standard, or an environmental standard. And if you set an environmental standard, or a climate standard, or vibrational standard, however you want to look at it, that will change how people behave and treat each other. People do respond differently, psychologically, to the environment around them. And I think that somebody's got to set the standard of peace, and that's your only challenge this week. Everything else seems to be quite profitable, quite easy to deal with. Just gotta say no. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. Looks like you and a partner or even a crush are just going to start dropping a lot of externals this week and focus on each other. The Two of Pentacles reversed can indicate a lot more one-on-one time with a lover, or even with a child that maybe you've not had a lot of time with or time for recently. And the Two of Pentacles reverse is talking about closeness. We're kind of trimming the fat. We're getting rid of, again, what could be distracting, what could be holding us back from hanging out together, again, whether it's excess noise, an imposing third wheel. And the Two of Pentacles reverse is saying, even those of you who are single and looking, if you've got a crush, or there's someone you're talking to, they're deciding to just clear their schedule for you. And you are clearing your schedule for them. And you know what, honestly, with all the other stuff that's going on over here, I would too. So have a good, sweet, quiet week, all right? So that is your horoscope, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integratedmysticism.com.